أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم والتابعين إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد، رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. اللهم ارزقنا علما نافعا ورزقا واسعا وشفاء من كل داء، ونعوذ بك من علم لا ينفعه ومن قلب لا يخشعه ومن نفس لا تشبعه ومن دعاء لا يستجاب له. أمين أمين يا رب العالمين. اللهم آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار، وتوفنا مع الأبرار يا عزيز يا غفار. اللهم نعوذ بك من الفتن ما ظهر منها وما بطن، واللهم إن كنت منزل بأهل الأرض فتنة فاقبض أرواحنا إليك غير فاتنين أو مفتونين أو مبدلين أو مبتدعين، بفضلك وجودك وكرمك وإحسانك يا رب العالمين. أما بعد، السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. My dear brother and sister in Islam, today the session number 2 about time, and I will remind myself and you with what the companion of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam used to do every time they meet and every time they departure from each other. They remind each other by al-asr. Wal-asr, inna al-insana lafi khusr, illa alladhina amanu wa amilu as-salihat wa tawasaw bil-haqq wa tawasaw bis-sabr. When you read chapter al-asr, some of the early scholars, they said, it is enough. Is enough. But why is not enough? Today, when you think about our life, how long we might live? 60, 70, 80? From the childhood to reach puberty, you're not accountable. You cannot accomplish too much. There's a childhood. And from 60 and 80, your body is so weak. Diseases started. It can start early. And the bottom line, if you look, 8 hours we sleep is 1/3 of the day. 8 hours or 10 hours we work, this another 1/3 of the day. And the rest miscellaneous. Going to the bathroom, cooking, shopping, doing this, doing that. And how much time we give for akhirah, the leftover. Astaghfirullah al-azim. If I have time. Today, if you try to do a good deed, or try to do extra for akhirah, your nafs, yourself, will say, wow, I did a lot. And when you think about how much you do for dunya, you're actually doing 98% or 99% of your time, your heart, your motivation, your money, your finance, your thinking, your thought about dunya. That's why we're doing the opposite of the companion of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Why? There's no value of time. Why we have no value of time? Because our iman of akhirah is weak. Our iman of dunya is overwhelming us. Every day go by in my life now, I'm choked. I am choked. You hardly find anyone want akhirah. Everybody push you. And everyone want you to indulge with them in dunya. And when you try to do akhirah, you become unwanted, foreigner, a stranger, something wrong with you. By this way, to be for Allah, to do akhirah, is so bad. Astaghfirullah al-Azim. Look what we're doing when we have a wedding, when we have a business, when we have a project, when we have a project for study, when we have a degree. Look at what we do. We give the prime time. Now, most of us, my thought, my thinking, my devotion, my time, my energy, all of that. And after that, we try to call it, I'm trying to support the deen. But before you know it, you actually pushing yourself for dunya and try to satisfy yourself with a few words. When you look in the Quran containing many verses about what's happening. For example, chapter Al-Isra, chapter 17, verse 52. When you read it, you will find Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when He call you in the day of judgment, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give you the scenario. He said, you will think, you will assume you spend a very small time. This sentence is small time, 1 hour, one time. You find it is repeated, chapter Al-Mu'minun, chapter 23, verse 112. Chapter Al-Mu'minun, verse 114. Chapter Ar-Rum, chapter 30, verse 55. Chapter Yunus, chapter 10, verse 45. Chapter Al-Ahqaf, chapter 46, 35. All these verses I give you, when you read it, go read it, please. Write it down, read it, and take some time. The main concept of all these verses is, in a day of judgment and after we die, this life, compared to our journey of the real life, what is real life? Real life is for some 9 months in your belly of your mom, 60, 70 years or less, or give and take whatever the amount in this dunya. The second life. Third life, Hayatul Barzakh, which Allah knows. 10,000 years, 1 million years, to 5 million years. Allah knows. And the day of judgment, Yawm al-Qiyamah, one day equal 50,000 years of our reckoning. And after that, the final destination, Jannah or Jahannam. May Allah make us among the people of Jannah. May Allah forgive us and not enter Jahannam at all. Ameen ya Rabbil Alam. By this way, once you die, you will discover this life is very short. Similar, once you get elder and you're sick and you have pain, and you turn around and look to your life, look to all the pleasure you gain is a few minutes. The pleasure of food, the pleasure of anything is limited. Compared to all your life is limited. All this talk, you will have no value to it unless you have Iman. Because no way you can value the time and be alert about the time, be vigilant about the time, unless your Iman is alive. If the Iman is alive, this topic is easy. By this way, subhanallah, every time I talk about any topic, it leads me back to Iman. I don't mean it. I'm supposed to talk about the time and the value of time and share with you what's going on. Look, for example, we know, and if you ask any real scholar, okay, he tell you we are in the end of time, and we're going too fast, and the time is rolling. What meaning rolling? You wake up evening, morning. Next week, 1 month, 1 year. You find out time is flying. We have no control. We cannot accomplish too much. And whoever in a cycle of dunya, he cannot break or slow down. And even if you are in a cycle of akhirah and you want to do more, you cannot do too much. Your good deed is very limited. But shaitan make you believe you're doing a lot. But when you read and you study about us and the companion of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, it makes us like an ant, not even an ant, not even a dust under their shoes, from their piety, their iman, their sacrifice. This is the people you want, put them in the front of you all the time. These people, our role model. Don't ever make any human being alive a role model. No way. All of us is a criminal. All of us is a sinner. All of us is weak. We might do a little bit of good, but our goodness is very minimum. Very small. Our quality is very tiny. But you want to really follow? Look to any one of the companions. Study his life. Read his wording and his action. I meet many people today and they ask me, did you see Umar ibn Khattab episode? Did you see the series Umar ibn Khattab, the 30 series? How many people talk about it? How many people tell me, oh, it's very nice? Quote me one quote from Umar radiallahu anhu. Give me one quote of the companion full of wisdom. Find a quote or an action and try to imitate him. What's the value if the series was nice? I saw some of it. The series is not nice. It's the companion. It's the powerful wisdom and iman of Umar radiallahu anhu. This what make it. But if I sit, can I sit and enjoy it? No. I sit and I feel shy. So shy. Where am I from Umar radiallahu anhu? If I claim I'm a man, and I see another man with all this quality, it should make me jealous. But a kind of jealousy is so beautiful. Try to imitate him. We love him. We love all the companions radiallahu anhum ajma'in. But loving them is not enough. Because if you love someone, you follow, you imitate. His style of life affecting you. This is love. Imagine when a woman loves a man, she cooks the food he like. She dresses the way he like. She do everything he like. When a man loves a woman, he works so hard to please her, to get her all the things she like. This is love. Today we said we love Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, but where is the sunnah in our life? We love the companion, and we cannot quote any word. Is this love? Now, we should think about something. I said it to you a long time ago, belong to this time. Is we should say, Allahumma sallim, ya Rab. Sallim meaning, make me live in peace. Make me a spreader of peace. Make me die in peace. Make me enter my grave in peace. Make me resurrected in peace. Make me meet you, Ya Salam, the owner of peace, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And you are pleased with us. That's why how I can live in peace, how I can have my heart salim. Live in peace, meaning I have to get away from fitna. I have to get away from dunya. Because a human being is the core of all the troublemaker. We are the troublemaker. We are the troublemaker all over. And when you see all this, get away. Get away. And try to have peace in your heart. And you will never have that unless you get away from accumulation. And remember, every day pass by. Either you are a zalim or mazloom. Either you are oppressor or oppressed. Because today, if you try to be good, nobody will leave you alone. Nobody. Even from your own family. Nobody will leave you alone. This is why when you study the ahadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam in the end of time, he advised us in many, many ahadith. If you cannot handle it, the top of the mountain. Not the mountain, top of the mountain. Go with some sheep. Live there until you die. You find many ahadith. He said, leave everybody. Get away from the groups. Get away from all the fitna. Because you will be lucky if you sleep oppressed, not sleep oppressor. And today, if you understand what's going on, you will look at it insignificant. Insignificant. Because when you look again about the ahadith of fitan, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said the time will come and the mu'min will say, this is the one who will destroy me, and it pass. And another one come and he said, this is the one who will destroy me, and it pass. What it meaning? And every fitna will be more severe, more than the one before. Why we do not feel it? Because we are in heedlessness. Ghafla. We're not aware. We're not alert about the condition. And when we do that, we have no alert and condition about the time. And the time will slip from our hand like mercury. And all of a sudden, we did. And your chance of life is gone. It's gone. This way today, either you're still running after dunya and you cannot stop. Vicious cycle. Nobody's content. Nobody has enough. No, even king or amir or rich or multimillionaire and billionaire. Nobody having enough. And when this happens, very fast. And the person will be present in his own jail of dunya. And the another one trying to struggle to get away, try to struggle to keep himself with that of Iman. Struggle. To save a little bit of Iman inside is a struggle today, big struggle. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow us to struggle and meet in a state of struggling for Iman, for the cause of pleasing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to alleviate the suffering of others, to spread guidance and understanding And you find the majority of people in misery. The one who doesn't have it, he's jealous and envy and hasad and ain and this and that, and he's miserable himself and want dunya. And the one who have dunya, he want more, and he want save it, and he worry about it. And the one who want akhirah, he's worry about it. He's struggling for it. Everyone using his own time. Each one of us has a time and a time limit. Once the angel of death comes, finished. No ansab, no title, no money, no status. يوم لا ينفع مال ولا بنون إلا من أتى الله بقلب سليم. In the day, no money, no kids will benefit you, except those who are coming with a pure heart for Allah. And today, little by little, the more you really want Allah, the more you really want Iman, the more you really want Akhirah, you become a foreigner, a stranger. You will be living lonely inside. But let me give you good news. You can be lonely, but you will never be alone. Because if you are with Allah, remembering Allah, struggling for Allah, you will never be alone. Allah will be your companion. And this is the best companion. And this is why today I find today, to be alone, nobody can take it. Everybody wants companion. But the early people, they want to be alone. Because alone meaning to be for Allah. Meaning Allah give you a chance. Today we do not value the time Allah give us. This time Allah give you is so precious. It's so precious. If Allah give you ability to live, a place to live, and you have the time in your hand, this is the most precious things Allah can give you. Use it before you lose it. Because if you do not thank Allah for it, soon or later Allah will snatch it from you. And you have no more time, no more ability. And at this time, Allah said to you, you remember, I give you the time, I give you the ability, and you complain about it. You abuse it. You never thank me for it. This is why I said to everyone today, thank Allah for what we have. Even if you do not have nothing, thank Allah. Thank Allah, your tongue is still saying, Ya Allah. There's a problem with the Ummah. I was watching the refugee of Syria, Iraq, this, that, Palestine. Yes, they have a very tough life. The Ummah turned back from them. May Allah forgive us. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala open for them and make it easy for them and make it a source of pleasure in akhirah, inshaAllah. And those who are responsible, they will know what they will get. Because everyone in this earth, everyone he called La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he's responsible according to his status, his ability, his finance, and whatever power Allah give him in this dunya. He's responsible. His big, big responsibility. And today, we know it for a fact. Everything is upside down. The stingy, they call him, he's a wise. He's wise. The stingy is a wise. And the one who loves dunya, he's prestigious. And the one who left the deen, he's a successful. And the one who moderated his life and living, modern life, he's intelligent. And the fool, he look nice. And the honest, he's a liar. The one who have the deen, he backward. The one who doesn't go after dunya, he's a loser. The one who doesn't have money, he has no prestige and no status. By the way, everything is upside down. And even among each other, wasawis al-shaytan, the waswasa, become intelligent and philosophy. And dhikrullah, and a good advice, unwanted. Imagine, everything is upside down. And the heart is flipped, is not stable. This is a condition. This is a condition. And we're going to talk about the Day of Judgment very soon, but I'm just preparing you to where we are. And we know Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, one of the hadith عن Ibn Abbas radiallahu anhuma, he said, اغتنم خمسا قبل خمس. Gain 5 before 5. شبابك قبل هرم. Your young youth before you get elder. وصحتك قبل سقمك. And your health before you lose your health. وغناك قبل فقرك. And the time you have money, do before you become poor. وفراغك قبل شغلك. And every time you have time, use it before you get busy. وحياتك قبل موتك. And your life before you die. Today, again, when I was trying to think about this session, it led me again to something. You think now if you indulge in dunya, this talk will really benefit you? No. If your dunya overwhelming your iman, you cannot comprehend. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in chapter Al-Mu'min, verse 14, he tells us about what happened to us. The journey of us from the small liquid to a small baby to a human being, get elder, lose your strength, and die. We know that for a fact. We know that for a fact. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Hadith Qudsi, he said, I love 3, and I love 3 most. I love the generous, and I love the poor generous most. I love the humble, and I love the rich humble most. And I love those who repent, tawabin. And I love the young youth who do tawbah most. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in chapter An-Naba, verse 40, يوم ينظر المرء ما قدمت يداه. In the day, the mu'min or the person or the human being, he will look and he find what his hand accumulate. This is fact. This is fact. And we know in chapter Ar-Rahman, verse 26-27, كل من عليها فان, everything will be finished and diminished except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in chapter Az-Zumur, verse 30, He said, إِنَّكَ مَيِّتٌ وَإِنَّهُمْ مَيِّتُونَ. You will be dead, Ya Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and everyone will be dead. And the early people used to say, الوقت كالسيف إن لم تقطعه قطعك. The time like a sword. If you not cut it and benefit from it, it will cut you. And Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he said, لا تزول قدم عبد يوم القيامة حتى يسأل عن أربع. No one, he will go to the grave before he will be questioned about four things. عن عمره فيما أفناه, his time and how he spent it. وعن شبابه فيما أبلاه, and his own youth and how he used it. وعن ماله من أين اكتسبه وفيما أنفقه, and his money, where he earned it from and how he spent it. And his knowledge and what he did with it. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and this hadith, the last one is in Tirmidhi, he said, الكيس من دان نفسه وعمل لما بعد الموت. The wise, the one who blame himself and judge himself and work for after death. وسئل صلى الله عليه وسلم أي المؤمنين أفضل? Who is the best mu'min? He said the best mu'min أحسنهم أخلاقا. The best mu'min, the one who has good manner. And they asked him, يا رسول الله, وأي المؤمنين أكيس? Who is the most wise mu'min? He said, أكثرهم للموت ذكرى وأحسنهم له استعدادا. Who is the most wise mu'min? The one who remembers death most, and he prepares himself for death. And Rasulullah after that, he said, if the animal, especially cattle, if they know what you should know, they will never eat, and you will never eat from them healthy meat at all. By the way, what is the topic? We're supposed to talk about the time. The most precious gift Allah give us. The one, call it your bank account, but we do not know the detail of the account of that. We do not know the detail. We do not know how much. We have account. And this account has a limit. And the problem, we do not know the limit. We do not know the limit. The mu'min, he prepare for that. And the hypocrite, or disbeliever or unbeliever, shaitan take him and do the sweep. Don't worry about tomorrow, tomorrow, tomorrow. The mu'min do not have tomorrow. I promise you. Read the quality of all the companions of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. They have one thing in common. They never delay a good deed. Today, look at us. For our material life, we will never delay it. For our desire, we will never delay it. For a meal, we'll never delay it. For something we desire, we'll never delay it. And when it comes a good deed, tomorrow, next week, there is a sign of ghafla. This is a sign of ghafla. And this is a sign the heart is sick, is not straight. Sometimes I worry, because when you have pain, when you have illness, is a wake-up call. And imagine Allah give you illness and you're still in ghafla. You not want to wake up. You not want to be serious. Imagine we know we can drop dead and we're not serious. What more sickness than that? And this all of us. We see killing. We do not think about it. By the way, killing Muslims, killing each other and dying daily. But when a plane crash, it becomes big tragedy. Okay, 160 people died in the plane. It become a big tragedy. Why? The news media do that. But how many people die daily in Egypt, in Libya, in Qatar, no, in Iraq, in Syria, in Somalia, in Africa, from hunger, from Ethiopia, from India, from Bangladesh, from China, you name it. People dying. People dying from hunger. People dying from diseases. People dying from dhulm. People dying in jail. What about the 160,000 Malaysian in North Malaysia has no house? Imagine you wake up one day, 160,000 people has no home. Just flood, water. And again, we think about it as a tragedy. But we have in front of us almost 5 million Syrian, 3 million Palestinian, million in Pakistan, million. By this way, today, the media make us focus about one calamity, but another calamity is not important. And believe it or not, the calamity we're not talking about it is more severe. Look at Libya, very rich in oil, and people suffering and killing each other, and a lot of fitna. Iraq, they should be the most richest people on earth. Very small population. They have oil and gas, is the biggest, one of the biggest reservoir of oil on the world. Look at Syria. It used to be heaven and earth. And the Syrian refugee between Turkey and Syria and Jordan and Lebanon, they living like in a stone cave era. Are we thinking about that? No. We're so occupied about our nafs, we do not feel for brother and sister in Islam. We become so immune. It's not immune. There's greed and selfish. Today, even if I sit down and sad and think about it, I'm not allowed. Something wrong with me. That's where you are living, boiling. Boiling inside, boiling outside. And we have nothing except لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك إني كنت من الظالمين ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. And make dua for them. And whatever we can, we can. But the minimum is dua. Is dua. And spread the message. Because even the people in calamity, they do not get it yet. Similar. People dying with cancer and they do not get it. There are a few steps to the grave and they still want dunya. People see people dying and do not gain wisdom from it. We see calamity and fitna and we think we are immune. All this sign of ghafla. And when you have ghafla, heedlessness, you have no value to your time. And the time will be slipped from underneath your feet. I hardly meet people who really do zikr. Zikrullah become like, you know, why? The heart is so occupied. The heart is so occupied. We're so occupied by everyone except Allah. Astaghfirullah al-Azim. We're so occupied with every material life without Jannah. Astaghfirullah al-Azim. We're still occupied about everything in life without Jahannam. Astaghfirullah al-Azim. Do you know what it means? We're acting like we're not a believer of Akhirah. We're not a believer of death. We're not a believer we're going to meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Our tongue said we believe. Our action, thought, thinking, heart, activity, money, time, no. It's scary. Very scary. We're almost like in deep heedlessness. We refuse to wake up. This is scary. By this way, what make me value the time? What make me value the time? I value the time according to the priority of my heart. The more I believe in something, I go for it. Look at the market. Look at the mall. Look how serious we are. In every dunya aspect, we're serious. Today, when people go to get married, it takes 6 months, 1 year, 2 years. Why? Preparation. Preparation for 1 day. It takes 5 minutes. Do you want marriage so-and-so? Yes, I do. Do you want marriage so-and-so? I do. Couple of ayat, dua, finished. 5-minute marriage. We need to prepare for 1 year. Prepare what? Are we preparing the soul to be a good husband, wife? No. Like one person, he said, if I'm responsible, I make people will never get married until they go for training and get knowledge about marriage, husband and wife, and let them get a license first. Imagine you drive a car without knowledge. It will cause you a lot of accidents. Now we marry without knowledge, and we have a lot of accidents. An accident causing damage to to mankind. By this way, we are in heedlessness of the moment of death. We are in heedlessness of even the surrounding. You see, heedlessness make you comfort in your, status zone. You comfort. You think you're immune. But you see, even when a person feels like that, he's a liar. Because you're watching the news. You see somebody elder. You feel some pain. What it meaning? You're next. But imagine, I believe I'm going to die. I do not know when. But I'm rebellious to prepare myself. What more than that? It's similar to like a woman marry a man, abuse her, and she said, I love him. By the way, today, everything is upside down. How we get up? How we can save ourselves? You have to save yourself first. Look at this verse. An-Nazi'at, chapter An-Nazi'at, verse 37 to 41. And when you look to the last, like 10 almost chapter, no, I'm sorry, the last 10 juz in Quran, you find the ayat get shorter and the message get very powerful. Look at this. This ayat, every ayat containing 2 words, only 2 words. Okay? فَأَمَّا مَنْ طَغَى. whoever oppress وآثر الحياة الدنيا, and he prefer this dunya, فإن الجحيم هي المأوى. One of the name of hellfire, Jahim, according to some place or some people. Meaning severe torture for those who prefer dunya. وأما من خاف مقام ربه, whoever fear standing in the front of his Lord, ونهى النفس عن الهوى, and he protect his nafs from the desire, فإن الجنة هي المأوى. Jannah, it is the resident, the final resident. Look how small is it. How small the message. How the message is very precise. Look to Surah Al-A'la and go to the end of the chapter and see the message. Same. Look at Al-Mu'minun, chapter Al-Mu'minun, verse 101, 102. فإذا نفخ في الصور, when Israfil alayhi salam, he blew in a trumpet, فلا أنساب بينهم يومئذ ولا يتساءلون. No title, no prestigious title, no status, and they will not be talking to each other. فمن ثقلت موازينه فأولئك هم المفلحون. The scale. In Quran, people today, when they talk about the balance, we need balance. We need balance. We need balance between dunya and akhirah. I said to them, word balance in Quran is reported in 3 chapters. We talked about it before. It is the balance of the truth, the balance of justice. And Mizan is reported in Quran a lot, the scale, but for the hereafter. And you find out it's no 50-50. In the day of judgment, it's no 50-50. 50-50 meaning you are in Al-A'raf, meaning you are in a waiting list. And you do not know what Allah will do for you. It's a torture by itself. Imagine today, we won't find torture. Because when you read all the verses about Mizan in the day of judgment, you will find out whoever his good deed scale will be heavy, he's a successful one. When you go buy something in the old days, you won't buy kilo tomato. You put a kilo and you put the tomato. Once the tomato go down, meaning now you have a kilo. By the way, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talked about the scale, he talked about some people, their scale is very light, meaning their good deed is very little. This is the people of Jahannam. Wal-'iyāzu billah. And he talked about the believer, the successful one. The scale of good deed is heavy. And they will get their book with the right hand, inshaAllah. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, one time he was crying about this topic. And he looked to Fatima, his most beloved daughter, Sayyidat Nisa Ahl al-Jannah. And you know what he said to her? Ya Fatima, اعملي فإني لا أغني عنك من الله شيئا. I cannot help you, Fatima. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he cannot help his daughter. He told her, Fatima, be good. I cannot help you. I cannot help you in the front of Allah. Umar ibn Khattab radiallahu anhu, he used to have 2 black lines in his face. and these two black lines from the grieving and crying from the fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And he used to say, I wish my mother never gave me birth. I wish I was a hair in the chest of Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu. Umar ibn Abdul Aziz, which is one of the seed of Umar Khattab radiallahu anhu, every night he used to bring people and said, talk to me about death. Talk to me about Yawm al-Qiyamah. Maybe our heart gets softer. And sometime in the middle of talking, he used to go unconscious. And when they wake him up sometime, he said, is Qiyamah arrived? And he used to say in the morning to himself, how you wake up? Do you think you will be saved? And he used to talk to himself exactly like his grandfather. He used to talk to himself and said, what you accomplished today to be saved? And we know the famous verse, chapter At-Tahrim, verse number 6, which considered a nida and a command from Allah. Ya ayyuha alladhina amanu qu anfusakum wa ahlikum nara. O you believe, protect yourself and your family. Fire. وَقُودَهَا النَّاسَ وَالْحِجَارَةِ. The fuel of Jahannam is human being and rock. One time I was watching a documentary about volcano, and they said the volcano lava will come to the air and fall down. Any rock, it touch it, it melted. The rock, it melt. Please go watch documentary about lava, and see how much is the lava burning and melting any rock passing by in the road. It melted. It become like pudding. Quick. If you ask me today, we're too far. We're too far. Our iman is too far, too little. And we are rebellious, we do not want it. If we talk about dunya and money, we go quick. Anything for material life, we are very, mashallah. And anything for akhirah, ishma'azzat qulubhum. Their heart become, you have nothing else to talk about it. Which is the opposite. When we talk about Allah, the day of judgment, death, yes, we fear, but it's the truth. And we should prepare ourselves. Because it's coming, it's coming. It's not if, it's when. Believer or disbeliever or non-believer, we're going to die. This is a fact. And we do not know when. We do not know how. We do not know where. And we do not know if our ending end up with the pleasure of Allah, or we end up with sins and the anger of Allah. My dear brother and sister in Islam, my main concern in here is to prepare you about the time. We have to comprehend our time and our place and be alert about them. And the more we study about Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam advice to us, maybe inshallah we'll be a little bit alert, little bit vigilant, and we use our time properly. We grab whatever we can of a good deed. We grab every opportunity of good deed. Every opportunity. Don't think about too much. Grab. Don't delay. Because we do not know how much time left in our life. My dear brother and sister in Islam, my talk, it will benefit you only if we work to develop our Iman. Because very soon, sign of the Day of Judgment is coming. And it's coming very fast. The fitan increasing. And the only thing can save you in the middle of fitna is your Iman. Because the only one can rescue you is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Allah will rescue you only if you belong to Him. If you have a good account with Allah of dhikrullah, obedience, good deed, spending, sacrifice whatever you have for sabilillah, go read the article about heedlessness and meeting your Lord, and read the article about an-najah, the rescue, and see how many verses in Quran about that and this topic. Again, the mu'min, the believer, believe he has no time. The hypocrite, the disbeliever, the non-believer, they said tomorrow, next week, tomorrow, next week, and keep delaying. And once you drop dead, you will wish you never delay a good deed. You will wish you never delay a good deed. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, أسأل الله العظيم رب العرش العظيم أن يشفي صدورنا وقلوبنا من حب الدنيا. Oh Allah, cure our heart from loving dunya. Snatch it, Ya Allah, from our heart and fill our heart with loving you, loving Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, loving Akhirah, loving Jannah, fear Jahannam, fear you, Ya Allah. Allah, forgive me, Ya Allah, I feel it. Iman is lifted little by little. Taqwa is lifted little by little. Fitan and anger of Allah is spread. And we are not doing what we have to do. Oh Allah, allow me to live for you, be for you, remember you, sacrifice my life, my time, my money for you. And accept me, Allah, with your blessing. And whom who listen to me. And make me the cause to wake up the ummah from the deep sleep. No, it's not sleep, it's heedlessness. Make me, Allah, the cause of saving whoever I can. I am limited, and you are unlimited. I am poor and weak, and you are powerful, and the most might, and rich. You do not need means. We need means, Ya Allah. I'm a sinner. I don't deserve your generosity, but you are so generous. أنت الوهاب. أنت صاحب الفضل العظيم. تب علينا يا ربي مما نحن فيه. عاملنا بما أنت أهله ولا تعاملنا بما نحن أهله، فأنت أهل الجود والكرم والإحسان. جنبنا الفتن ما ظهر منها وما بطن، وأخرجنا من هذه الدنيا وأنت راض عنا وتقبل منا. اللهم نعوذ بك من السلب بعد العطاء، ونعوذ بك من تحول عافيتك وفجاءة نقمتك وعزيمة صحبك. ربي إلهي مولاي خالقي مدبر أمري، توفنا مسلمين وألحقنا بالصالحين. أنت ولي في الدنيا والآخرة، توفني مسلما وألحقني بالصالحين. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار وتوفنا مع الأبرار يا عزيز يا غفار. اللهم ضع البركة والنور والقبول فيما أفعل وفيما نقول، واجعلنا مفاتيحا للخير مغاليقا للشر، واجعل الخير على أيدينا، واجعلنا مباركين يا رب، واجعلنا من أهل النور ومن أهل البصيرة ومن أهل الهدى ومن أهل الحكمة ومن أهل الإخلاص ومن أهل الصدق. امين امين يا رب العالمين. اعزنا بالاسلام واعز الاسلام بنا، واعز الاسلام والمسلمين، واعلي بحقك كلمه الحق والدين. امين امين يا رب العالمين. وصلى اللهم على سيدنا محمد وعلى اله وصحبه اجمعين. سبحانك رب العزه عما يصفون، وسلام على المرسلين، والحمد لله رب العالمين. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك، اشهد ان لا اله الا انت، استغفرك واتوب اليك. ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. فستذكرون ما أقول لكم، وأفوض أمري إلى الله، إن الله بصير بالعباد. وصلى اللهم على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. وجزاكم الله كل خير، والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.